Neuqua Connection. I'm your host, Avery Bell, and today we have a very special guest, Riley Bell. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So you play volleyball for the University of Wisconsin.
I do.
What's your position and role on the team?
I play a DS, which is a defensive specialist, and I kind of just have the role on the team of like energizing my team and going in and just playing back row. I don't really play any front row because I'm a little shorter compared to all the girls that I compete against, so I'm mainly just a back row player, and I'll do serving, I'll do passing, I'll do digging, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. How often do you practice and what's your schedule like?
So in the fall, we do a lot of practices in the afternoon, and then we have competition season in the fall, so we're super busy then. But then in the spring, we have most of our practices in the morning. We're up at about 5:30 every day, and we practice until 8:45. And then we also have like lifting and workout components too worked into that.
Wow. Do you have a specific nutrition plan that you follow?
So we do have a nutritionist on staff, and he's really great, and he kind of accommodates to everyone's needs. A lot of the girls have specific diets that they're on, and I'm actually a vegan, so I don't eat any meat or dairy, and it's kind of a personal choice that I made, and not any of the other girls are vegan, but I think it has helped my performance a lot on the court and just being able to work out to my full potential.
So does the staff do a good job at accommodating that?
Yeah, they're awesome, and they're able to make meal plans for us and make sure that we have all of the available nutritional needs that we get. A lot of the things that we will get like before practice or can like need as supplements, they'll provide us with them and put them usually in like our team room, which is right next to our locker room, and we're able to just grab and go with those.
Cool. How did you adjust from playing club volleyball in high school to Division I?
I think that my club prepared me very well for college because it was kind of a super hard club, but it also just had like a lot of ins with colleges and being able to like get the recruitment that everyone needed and find a good fit for you in the university that you did choose. And I think along with that, like we just had kind of a busy schedule in club in general, so having like a lot of practices and workouts in college, I kind of was used to that when I already got there. So the time management thing definitely was kind of tough in college, getting there and managing school with that. But I think that my club prepared me very well for college.
How often did you practice at club?
In club, we practiced about 4 times a week, and then we had one day that we would just do like a lighter practice and then competition on the weekends. So about almost every day of the week too.
Do you have any off-season trips that you take as a team? Obviously you take during the competition season, you travel, but any off-season trips?
Yeah, so during the fall, and we do a couple spring games, but those are mostly just traveling to like conference games in the Big Ten, or we're just like traveling to preseason games, which can be anyone. But during this summer, actually, we're gonna go to Europe, which is awesome. We're really excited for that. And part of like this experience is just gonna be playing the like teams in the Italian League, which is like really, really good competition that I think will benefit our team a lot and prepare us for things like our preseason games, which are pretty tough this year. And it's just really exciting to be able to play teams that we normally wouldn't get to play unless we like go to their country, and being able to see different like cultures and the environment there is going to be really awesome.
So you'll be training there. Will you be doing any like team building activities, any fun things?
Yeah, I think we have a couple of fun things planned. There's a lot to do in Europe, obviously. I've never been, but I know that we're gonna get like an itinerary soon of all the places we're gonna go to, and I think a lot of it's just gonna be like tourism stuff. And I'm really excited to be able to just see, like we're gonna go to the Olympic Training Center in Italy, which is awesome because I've never been, and like some of my teammates have, but I've never had the opportunity to go to one of those. So it'll be cool just to see how those girls train and be able to like see firsthand on what it's like.
It's really cool. So have you had any injuries throughout high school or club that have kind of set you back?
Yeah, I was actually born with scoliosis, so it's like an abnormal curve of the spine, and it's affected my play a lot just because I'm kind of limited to like my mobility, and I think that it hasn't really like impacted it negatively that much, but it's kind of just been always like a setback as I've gone through the process. And along with that, I mean, I've had like several concussions throughout my career. I've just kind of been a little broken my entire career, but to be able to play at this level still is just something really special to me.
So with scoliosis, does the staff help you out a lot with that?
Yeah, we have a really awesome trainer on staff, and she kind of knows like everyone's needs and stuff by now. And so with me, I'll do like a lot of massage therapy or something called like STEM, which is kind of just like electric like pulses through my back. And a lot of my pain is just like soreness and stiffness. So just warming me up every day, and I usually go in before every practice to just help get warm. And I'll put like a heat pack on, or she'll like do some work, which really helps me.
That's great. How do you balance school and volleyball?
That was really tough my freshman year, I think, because I wasn't really used to that big of a workload in school. But my sophomore year was definitely a lot easier, and I was able to manage like my time really well with things like I found out I'm better at doing homework and my work during the day instead of at night, because I'll get really tired after like a whole day of school and practice. So I think that it's definitely a challenge, but it's something that everyone like figures out as they go through the process. And I was able to like take on like another class this semester because I was able to like find those time management skills and like work it into my schedule. And I get to make my own schedule in college, which is awesome. And being able to do that, work around my practices and like my own needs, is really good.
So when you're on the road, how do you get all of your things for your classes? Because you obviously have to miss some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually do my homework on the road actually, because like plane rides and stuff are not too fun in general, so to be able to, I know I have to be there anyway, so to get work done is kind of just like an easy thing for me. But we also travel with, some girls will take tests on the road because their like professor doesn't allow them to miss the test. So we always travel with like academic advisors and supervisors that'll like proctor those exams. Or a lot of my classes do have online work, so I just bring my computer everywhere, and we usually get some downtime even on game days that I'll go and just like to a coffee shop and do some homework, so it works out well.
Do you have tutors that help you with that too?
Yeah, I have had a tutor every semester, and they've been great, and we're kind of required to go to those, and we are required to go to class whenever you're able to miss a class. So they really hammer school in there, but I think it's for the better of us, and the tutors do help a lot with just staying on track with school, and they are really good people to work with, and I've never had a problem with any of them with scheduling, and they're just really good at their job.
So you've played in the NCAA tournament twice now. How's your team done?
The first year that I was there, my freshman year, we made it to the Sweet 16, and we lost to Stanford, which was really cool to go to Stanford and be able to like see their campus and everything. It's beautiful, but it did stink that we lost to them. We lost in 4 sets, and I think we were totally capable of beating them, but you know, like it's just fuel to the fire for next year. So the year after that, this year, we made it to the Elite Eight, and we did end up losing to Illinois, which was kind of a bummer because we had beaten them. We'd never lost to them since I'd been there. So they are a really good team, but we just didn't prepare well enough. And I think, again, it's fuel to the fire again. And I think next year we can be even better, make it to the Final Four, and we're really going after that national championship. And we've made big strides this year so far to try to get there.
What's been your biggest challenge at Wisconsin?
I think my biggest challenge may be the balance between school and volleyball. Again, I have figured it out, but that was one of the biggest things for me. Is I just was kind of a mess my freshman year. I couldn't really figure it out, and like the girls were like, you got to get on track, and I'm like, I feel like I'm falling behind in everything. But like once you have a year under your belt, I think it helps a lot. And even this spring compared to last spring, which is when our training is usually very hard, this year I was able to hang in there a lot better. And yeah, just adjusting to everything. It's definitely new, knowing that you're not going to live at home anymore and being away from your family, but it helps that I'm so close too.
What's the biggest thing volleyball has taught you?
I think the biggest thing that volleyball has taught me is to be resilient, and a big emphasis at Wisconsin is just to make good people and not good volleyball players. And I think that's really stuck with me because it's important to me to have a life outside of volleyball. I mean, I love the sport, but I don't let it define me. And I think it's really cool that like I can bring this resilience into the rest of my life as well, because like there's hardships in sports, but there's also hardships outside of sports. So it's really awesome to be able to have like that experience of being pushed and like pushed to my limits in volleyball to be able to use it outside of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today on Equal Connection. I'm your host, Avery Bell, and thank you, Riley Bell.
Thank you.